Why do kids back in like the 50s and 60s look like the Simpsons shit? Hello everyone, my name is CantDoGames and welcome back to the Weird News. Today's Weird News is all about predictions of 2023. We got Baba Vangas predictions, of course. We've got them every year and it seems like we're going to be getting them for a lot longer. It isn't looking good for the Earth, again. We don't know if we're the cause of it because she's, well, long gone now, so we can't just ask her. And I wouldn't just ask anyone who says they're a mystic because it's just a guess. But scarcely, well, who I do think are the psychics and mystics of the world, children from the 1960s, because their predictions are so accurate it scares me. Anyways, I hope you enjoy. I hope you could leave a like to support the channel. Leave your comments and leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. I always like to have discussions about anything, as long as it isn't to do with my bed, because look, it's made. F you. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new. Anyways, without further ado, let's get into this weird news for 2023. Footage shows kids in the 1960s imagining what life will be like in the 2000s. I had this little conversation with myself about this and with my mum and that. I was like, you know, every school, there's like one or two kids who are a bit screw loose. I was one of them in my school, my primary school. I was the weirdo. So I was the one who sat under the table instead of doing story time, and I would just, do weird shit. But I bet you on this interview, there's no crazy kids. It's only like the good, smart kids that got good grades that get to say what it is. So it's like peace on earth or, you know, stuff like that. It's not going to be any kids saying we get taken over by aliens or lizard men or the mole people that live underground. You know what I mean? It's not going to be anything like that. Dragons will be reinvented or dinosaurs will be living again. You know what? It ain't going to be anything like that, is it? Hey, you never know. It could be wrong. They could have actually kept them in. But I know for a fact they wouldn't have, because it's just how social media is, really. And also back then when it came to TV and all that, how interviews were, they kept them very, very controlled. So even with kids, they probably just picked out the ones that were like smart and not mad. A old BBC clip from the 1970s in which school children speculated on the state of the world in the 2000s has gone viral on Twitter, as always, and the youngest predictions has generated a lot of react. The black and white clip originally aired on Tomorrow's World, which ran from 1965 to 2003, and showed a selection of British youngsters sharing their thoughts on what life would look like at the turn of the century. The predictions were both roughly depressing and eerie accurate, you can see. Oh god, so they were quite accurate about everything. Alright, let's have a look.
I think it'll be people will be regarded more as statistics than as actual people.
I don't think it's going to be so nice. I think sort of all machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You know,
they're not wrong. Already they're not wrong. That's creepy. That is really creepy, because look at us nowadays. We're mostly on our phones. Our phones are machines. Computers like this. Most things are done by computer now. Yeah, we became lazy.
I'll get all bored, and I don't think it'll be so nice.
First of all, there's...
Jesus Christ, I just found Wednesday. Sorry. No, I should have thought like Wednesday to me a little bit then. Like the old OG Wednesday, not Netflix one. Why do kids back in like the 50s and 60s look like the Simpsons shit?
Computers are taking over now. Computers and automation. And in the year 2000, they just won't...
Actually, it kind of looks like they've got like a teddy bear up at gunpoint. So fucking say what it says on the paper.
Won't be enough jobs to go around, and the only jobs there will be for people with high HQ, you know, high IQ, who can work computers and such things.
That is accurate. Okay, their predictions and what they think it would happen is basically what happened. These were the real fucking psychics. They could fucking see the future because they had the imagination to. Fuck though, that is true though. It is became lazy. Most of these technology is taken over. Everything is done by technology nowadays, so nothing is really like manual labour anymore, really, if you think about it. There are a few things still, but not everything. So it is, kids are right. The kids interviewed in 1966 didn't seem particularly optimistic about the upcoming millennium, as they all seemed to be about how technology and automations affect their future. One lad said, of the milestone year, I think people will be regarded more as statistics rather than an actual people. Whilst another girl lamented, I don't think it will be so nice. Machines everywhere, everyone doing everything for you. You'll get all bored and don't think it will be so nice. Twitter user was struck by the accuracy of the kids' predictions and complimented them as being very articulated. One user tweeted, "These kids are more articulated than an average adult today," only to be reminded by another Twitter comment, "They are average adults today." They are, yeah, they are. They would, yeah, of course, average adults today. One person replied, "They're right, it's hard to get a job nowadays, and even if there is one available, they don't reach out back after filling in an application." Yeah, they don't. Another wrote, "These kids were insanely smart with their predictions. Computers taking over many jobs was pretty much 100% right when they said it." Yeah, technology development and automations have been linked to significant job losses in recent years and have been predicted to replace more in coming years. Just a thing from South Park. They took our jobs!
Yeah! They took our jobs! They took your job! They took your job! They took your job! They took your job!
But yeah, these kids are scared. They are scarcely accurate with their predictions. They were. Jesus. That was only like 60 years ago now. Basically, yeah, about that. About 60 years ago now. If it was like done in the 2000, like back in 1960 something. Yeah, that is scarcely accurate. According to a 2019 report by the official Office for National Statistics, 25% of supermarket checkout assistants jobs disappeared between 2011 and 2017 as a result of the self-checkouts. Yep, but they did have a lot of problems at the start. Another study for the Central for Cities found that the towns in some areas of the UK could lose up to a quarter of their jobs by 2030. Towns like Mansfield, Sunderland and Dublin are predicted to be hit hardest by the growth of artificial intelligence. Yeah, it's true. It's going to take over. Yeah, well, it already has, basically. But these kids were so accurate. That is scary. But remember, it was recorded, so they could have just put in what they wanted. They could record all them kids, and you've only just see them ones because that's what they thought was more interesting. I would love it. If I was like back then, I would be sitting there, and I know what I'd be like. Wow. Hey, Mum, I think lizards are going to come invade us, like humanoid lizards, you know, or dragons and dinosaurs will come back to life. It'd be amazing, won't it, in the 2000s? Okay, from children in the 60s predicting the 2000s comes the 2023's predictions of the year by our good mystic, long time dead Baba Vengas. The crazy old lady, I like to call her. Let's see what type of prediction she has for us for this year. Even though Bulgarian mystic Baba Vangin died in 1996, she still continues to make headlines to this very day for her apparent abilities to tell the future. It's all like written down in her diaries and stuff like that. For those unaware of the mystic, Baba's rose to fame for her many predictions of the future, including the prediction of events such as 9/11 and the rise of Donald Trump. Yeah, but she didn't predict his fall. I think it was actually kind of been her fault. She probably said, "Oh, someone called Donald Trump's going to be president," and the one person called Donald Trump is sitting there going, "That's me," and that's how all the world ended up going, "Fuck." When she died in 1996, at the age of 84, she left predictions for every year up until 5079? Fucking all the way up to the 5000s. I don't even know if the Earth will live that. I don't know if humanity will be able to live that long. She really had some spare time on her hands, didn't she? Just to think of all this. Well, predict, I should say. Sorry. For all the believers. And as we approach the end of 2022, what better way to look into 2023 with what Baba's predictions were. Unfortunately, if Baba's claims are to be believed, the year is not going to be the best, just like last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. Every year's not great. It's always going to be shit. Come on. We just we don't really care now. It's like, oh, something good happens. Like, yeah, someone else will ruin it. That's kind of what the humans are kind of just merged into now. Just fuck, it's just whatever. Something bad happens again, it's gonna happen. Just gave up. My God, she is terrifying. She does look like a mummy, like like the Mummy Returns. You know how when it's got all its flesh back, but not all of its hair. Like, it looks like that, like a zombie mummy. I'm not being ill will to the dead. I'm just saying, if you were a little kid and she pointed at you like that, I think you would cry. I know I would. I still would now if I saw her at this age. I think she pointed at me, did some weird noise. I would bloody cry my eyes off because it means I'm dying, I'm dead or something, or I'm the cause of something. As reported by the Sky History, Baba claimed that a solar storm with a devastating consequences will hit in 2023. Shit. If you don't know what a solar storm is, it's when the planet, the sun, blows off radio rays and eruptions of plasma, and they can cause blackouts, and also lose power to power grids, cut communications with phones and internet. It can do a lot of things to electronics, basically. Normally they're not that powerful, so they don't actually affect us, but we mostly notice them through heat waves and what. But so this summer maybe we might end up in the Dark Ages again. A solar storm can apparently refer to several phenomena of the sun's surface, which include solar flares and vast eruptions of plasma. They are capable of reaching Earth and causing widespread damage, such as frying power grids. To get an idea of the speed these plasma erupts can move, a jet moving at the same speed would get from Los Angeles to New York in just 18 seconds. Basically, yeah, it would take less than 18 seconds probably for that eruption from the sun to hit us. We don't have any time at all to actually predict it and defend for it, because it just happens so fast. If this event was to happen, it would likely cut communication services, causing widespread havoc. Yep, because everyone's internet would die off and everyone would not know what the fuck to do. Experts have even warned that the damage could lead to blackouts that would last for years. Here's hoping that one doesn't come true. Yeah. Bubba's next prediction is also in the science realm, as she hinted a change in Earth's orbit would come in 2023. Every year, Earth travels 584 million miles around the sun, typically in an oval shape rather than a perfect circle. Yeah, that's because of gravity. Earth's orbit can shift slightly due to the gravitational forces of other planets. Though shifting in such a radical way in just a year would be devastating. Yeah, that would move continents. It would rearrange the whole planet. It would cause eruptions, earthquakes. It would be basically picture the whole world, all around the world at once, having the same earthquake. That's what would happen. Buildings would fall. If it moved that fast in a year, buildings would fall, structures would collapse, things underground like plumbings and all that, the tectonic plates, everything would just move, and it would fucking be devastating. Everyone on the beach, like beach houses or seafronts, you're done for. You're done for. People like in the central areas of tectonic plates, you're done for. Like only a lucky few will probably survive that, but fuck. If that happens, I don't see that happening right away in like a year. Like, no. Yes, the Earth shifts and moves constantly. It is moving moving like to a different orbit, it is slowly. But it wouldn't move that far, like that drastically in a year. Over like centuries, like 100 centuries, something like maybe. But not in a year. That something would have to move us, like pull us out of our gravitational pull from the sun. And that would only be like, I don't know, like Jupiter or like another planet. That's what would happen. It had to be something big. So I don't see that happening really. Unless we caused it somehow. No one got off fucking luck. It would lead to awful environmental consequences, such as soaring temperatures and radiation levels. Baba reportedly had a vision of bioweapons tests being carried out in 2023, given the current geopolitical climate at the end of 2022. No indication of the details surrounding these weapons experiments were provided, so it is impossible to know what mystics had been hinting at. It is also worth noting that Baba's predictions are very cryptic and don't often go into great detail. Also, many of her other predictions have been disputed, so let's hope her 2023 visions are in that camp of section 2. Yeah, let's hope they don't actually come true, because if it does, this is the last year of our life, because our planet will just fling us off if it moved that fast. But this is something about a bioweapon. Bioweapon, that's, well, virus stuff. It's stuff like that. So we're either going to cause something like I Am Legend, or the solar flare that we're going to get is going to knock us off course from our orbit of the sun. And then that'll fuck us over. There you go. Prediction done. Just put them together. But the bioweapon one, I have no idea. Anyways, guys, that was today's weird news. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Except about my bedroom. Let me know if you've heard of any predictions about next year or that have come true already. Let me know in the comments. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.